Hi guys, Grudy's Race and Rest Day. I think we're changing that, I think. Yeah. So anyway, I thought I would come on and do a bit of a live chat and a little bit of an update. I'm fighting between upload speed at the moment. That's probably my biggest issue why I haven't been putting many videos up. YouTube soaks up a bunch of gig, and I find that Vodafone 50 gig I'm going through in 20 days. Probably spend too much time on the internet, yada, yada, yada. Right, so what's been happening is we've been cleaning race cars in the shop. Just stripped Tony's 2002 out, and I've got his gearbox here and engines in bits. I now have Camo's Turbo M10 in. It's got a bit of an exhaust leak. Camo, there's no bolts in the turbo except for one, mate. One bolt in the turbo. He did the Adelaide Rally. He's a good lad. I've got a lot of time for this lad. Smart young guy. Him and his missus, good little couple, great people, and I can see that they'll be a good addition to the world. So I try to help them where I can and try to encourage them in the right kind of frame of life. I don't know, bit of an update about where I'm at. Right, so I've repaired myself to such a point now. It's not the same as what I was or who I was or how I was. I now have, how would you put it, a new lease on life. I've found the person that was cloaked and pushed into the darkness at a very, very young age. I have less people in my life now than ever, and I feel more complete than I ever have. So I've been purchasing the stuff to finish the M3 and selling everything else. Now I wanted to say something very, very important, which we all need to actually understand and become. I am I'm eternally grateful for my life. Now, there was times in my life when I wasn't, but now I understand that being grateful for the life that I have and for the way things are is the most important thing of all. You can't make a better life if you're not grateful for the life that you have. You can't imagine a better existence and experience if you can't be grateful for the existence and the experience that you have. So I'm more than grateful for the people that have invested in me and purchased things off me for me to move on and step up. And this year is all about stepping up. This year, next year, into 2027. And there's reasons for this. And you'll all understand this stuff once I release sections and sections of the learning that I've been doing to hopefully help other people. And if it doesn't resonate with you and doesn't help you, oh well, that's fine. There's no issues there. But what I've learned and what I'm about to teach people over the next 12 months is pretty cool shit. So I like to teach people about automotive, but I also like to talk to people about life and all the rest of it. And I've been putting some effort in some other places and doing some research, and I want to bring it all to a position where I can actually utilise it. So what's happening in the workshop? The Barra's gone. All the Barra Turbo stuff is going today. That all sold, got my money back. No real major profits, but it was like saving that money. So that's good. So anytime I don't lose or I lose very minimal, it means the investment didn't 2x or 3x, but it didn't tank. So I still see everything as a positive, and I see everything as an accomplishment, and I'm grateful for the fact that I get to even make my money back. We spend time and we worry about money. I spend money and I'm, what's the word for it, aware of the time I spend, right? So yeah, So at the moment we have this, which I did a little bit of a video on. Now this is a really, really iconic South Australian midget speed car. Dry sump, Schnitzer, BMW based, M10 based engine. The distributor sits where your knee sits. These seem to be Kinsler or Hillborn, and it would have had slide throttle, but it wouldn't have fitted into the chassis. So they didn't cut the chassis, they cut up the uber rare BMW stuff. Same as should have had a Kugelfischer pump with a Kugelfischer front cover. Very, very rare stuff. That stuff's missing, but that's fine. Doesn't bother me. The water line's been cut. Heaps of stuff's been modified. It looks mint inside. I've looked down the plug holes on one of my shorts. Oh. The diff's going to come out and go under the M3. Rightio. Handmade dry sump pan and 2-inch primary headers. They're going to be redone and properly. The pan may end up being an aluminium vac style one or one of the generic ones you can buy off the internet. And the engine's going to sit all the way back in the M3 body. And I'm going to run no distributor at the rear, and it's going to run coil-on plug, and it will have a cam sensor at the front where the tacho drive sits. It's going to be very, very updated EFI, lots of safety features, and probably 2.5 or 2.6 litres at this stage. Mechanical pump will come off. It'll be all electronic. It'll have an electric water pump, and it will run dry sump pump and an alternator. That's it. And they'll both run with tooth belts. So I've got my plan. So now, with a Winters quick change diff and a Schnitzer engine, now we're going to understand that I can't just put any old gearbox behind it. And I want to stand it up. So I can't put a standard Getrag, I can't put a 265, I can't put any of that stuff behind it because it doesn't stand up. There's a guy that's got a bell housing here in Adelaide to put a 265 behind it, standing up out of a 320 IS race car. But he won't relinquish it. He won't relinquish anything. That's old Michael. It's somebody he knows has it and he won't make it happen. That's fine. I don't mind. So what I will do is, by the looks of this, I'm probably going to buy a sequential of some sort. So this year is all about making bank, getting all my bills so far ahead, everything so smooth running, and restart, because I've just been running as a hobby for the last year, just pottering along, selling stuff to pay bills. No business name because Joe still has the business name. But that's fine. So we're going to change that, and come June, July, we'll have a fresh name and change the name on the YouTube and do some other stuff. We'll see. She might just cancel the name. I'll have to get on and check. I haven't talked to her for a while. She's not really interested in talking to me, and that's fine. I don't mind at all. I don't need to talk to anybody from my past that was an amazing part of my past that I can remember good from. Because this is the thing we need to do, guys, is stop remembering all the bad that people brought to your life. Remember the good stuff. I was real bad for it. I shared a lot of hatred due to how could that person do that to me? Well, don't expect that person to be like you. That's your first mistake. So now I just see it for what it is. I can only control me and my perception of the world. So that's it. So yeah, coming shortly. So the speed car is going to Birdwood in a couple of weeks to be put on show at the BMW Club Picnic for the year. So I'll put it there, and any kids that want to be able to jump in it and have photos and stuff like that's what it's there for. Then after that, it comes back, and I'm pretty certain on the Monday after the Sunday, I'll be pulling the engine because I want it on the stand as soon as possible. I have a bunch of engines to build at the moment, so I have another Ford Blue engine sitting in my engine room, which I'm not going to do any videos on at the moment. I'll do some once I've got all the bottom end together and go from there. and I'm just not sharing a lot, guys. Been a little bit isolated and put myself in a position where I don't want to really share a lot at the moment. I know I have subscribers that like to see what I'm doing, so I will bring you some good content as I do it. But this time, my life has all been about repair and planning my rise to the position of life where I want to be, and I can't do that by showing everything. I show enough, probably too much sometimes.